All right. So we have pick 8 of 9 from the Barnes University draft class. What is the Barnes University draft class, you might ask? It's just me sharing my evaluation and the picks and the players that I would have selected with the allotted Tennessee Titans draft choices. Um, and so far, I've shared the number one pick, Cam Ward. I've shared the interesting player, Xavier Restrepo. In fact, I was the wanted to draft him. Um, and that's it for right now. But here's a quick intro, and we'll get more people on the live as I'm talking. But quick intro: if this is your first time finding one of my videos, Charles Barnes, PFF certified data analyst. I have a history as a um, recruiter or helping with recruiting type of stuff in collegiate front offices. I've coached. Um, I've helped agents get a payday based off of my evaluations. Um, but in this space, particularly and specifically in scouting over the last dozen of years, I've kept up with my evaluations, whether it be a whole entire draft class or just draft class specifically for the Titans. I've been able to triple production of what the average GM is able to do. What do I mean by that? Most GMs get about one pick per 7 selections correct. I've been able to get three. And what is a hit rate, or what is a hit per prospect? I would say someone who lived out their rookie contract and was efficient in their role. That is a hit. That's the best that you can ask at minimum. I think so. So I've been able to triple that production over my time frame. Why aren't I writing, or why am I not writing for a publication? Why am I not with a media monopoly? Because I like the freedom of my creativity, and I'd much rather use my tangible ability that God gave me for an actual team. And then obviously that team has to be a team um, that I definitely want to be in the area that fits me, because I've had a lot of other opportunities to be at other places, whether it be recruiting in the collegiate level and collegiate ranks, but it's out of my jurisdiction based off of where I want to be and based off of my connection to my family, because I do raise my kids and I am an active father. But that's a great intro, right? The people that love me love it, love what I bring to the table, love it. So who did I select with pick 183? One of the 2 6-round picks that the Titans had. Shout out to them for acquiring them. Was Kitan Crawford out of Nevada. And even during one of my shows of accountability or practices of accountability where I did a separate draft where I shared on X, had I signed Justin Fields during the offseason and then took a draft haul, whatever you want to say, obviously there would be more picks associated with that. But with the 9 picks, Kitan Crawford and Torrey Horton were 2 players that I consistently got to, no matter what. So these are the 2 players that continually showed up in my evaluations. He's highly competitive. He's honest. Uh, he's high end special teams reps. I mean, high end special teams player. He had 1,000 special team snaps. So that off the bat, he's going to have a role as a gunner and in coverage. Um, he's an athlete, ran a 4.4 140, probably can go faster. Very physical player. I think at his role at the next level will be like a strong safety at minimum to start out, and be that strong safety 3 or strong safety 4, be a special teams ace. But I really do think like he has corner back traits. I would definitely try him out at corner. I think he has to get a little bit leaner. I don't think a cornerback. I don't think it matters if a cornerback is like 200 plus. He's 5'11 anyway, 5'11, 200 ish. But if he leaned out a little bit and with that 4.41 speed, I don't see why he couldn't be a corner. He's very raw. That's one of the, I'm doing the good, bad, and the ugly about these prospects. He is raw. Um, but I do think he has the capabilities to play in nickel if need be. If need be, man. Some of the concerns I have is experience in coverage, his techniques. his eye discipline when it comes to like getting manipulated by quarterbacks. That comes with time on task, because last season was his first like full-time starter season. Um, so in Texas, he was more of a reserve guy, and then this was his first year really getting starter reps. So he's definitely developmental. Um, and throughout all these picks, I've been doing like a NFL player comp, a floor, a middle if they have one, and a ceiling. And I think with these athletic traits, like his ceiling, I mean, his floor to start out, I mean, guy that's 5'11", 200 with decent athletic ability. He kind of reminds me of um, former Titan. I've always said Calvin Lowry for I think Malachi Moore. He reminds me of Lamont Thompson. Lamont Thompson, where it's just rangy, has the ability to be something, but never quite just strung together enough good years. And I think his when I say Tank Williams, I think Tank Williams kind of developed a career about himself. But I don't think they compare to his ceiling, the players that I'm going to mention anyway, like C.J. Gardner, uh, C.J. Gardner Johnson, who I know him as Chauncey Gardner Johnson before he changed his name to C.J. Most people don't even know that, coming out of Florida. And then like a T.J. Ward at best, like a T.J. Ward type of prospect if he puts it all together. In that corner, just a tough physical. I'm trying to think of a good corner as well. Cromartie, maybe Rogers Cromartie. I think he could be a Rogers Cromartie with that speed. He's a little bit more physical than him, but he could be a Rogers Cromartie. But those are ceiling type of projections for in style, not stylistic slash whatever for Keaton Crawford. But I definitely think he's a good depth player, at minimum special teams contributor, at most a high end safety prospect.